All right, Friday, a beautiful Boise Friday, mid-November. You got football, you got basketball. Hopefully you're on your way home, maybe on I-84 right now, ready to pour that first glass of blue ice vodka throughout the weekend. We're going to have some fun. Welcome our YouTube audience to this segment, our radio audience still there, and we always love you as well. Prater, I don't know if I've ever been this, I don't want to say concerned, but have had this many, I don't know, questions that have kind of a negative feel to them since the Avalos era. I mean, I don't know what they're doing at quarterback. I'm a little nervous what Boise State is going to do at running back. Wide receiver, we already know Chris Marshall's hurt. I don't expect Mason Randolph, the best center, to be playing center. Nope, he'll probably be playing guard because they don't have anybody to replace the guard who's out, so they got to have Zach Holmes play center. Defensively, I don't have any questions, but offense, Max Cutforth, Nate Potter, Prater, I don't know if Boise State can win if at least one of those doesn't have like an A grade game. Let's open up the hotline, Taco Bell hotline, 208-424-9300, and just flat out ask you guys, these two polarizing figures with this game tomorrow night in San Diego, who do you have more confidence in here that's going to have the game that needs to be had in order to win? Call that number. He's Michael Forrest, Prater. Happy Friday. Happy Blue Ice Friday, Prater.
It's Friday. We need to have a little blue ice, and everybody gets a chance this weekend to enjoy. It's been a long, hard week, everybody. And if you do get a few moments to sit down and have an adult beverage, make sure it's Blue Ice vodka, Idaho authentic, Idaho water, Idaho potatoes. Guys, it's sugar-free, it's gluten-free, it's got very, very little calories. Even if you're drinking alcohol, you care about what you put in your body, and Blue Ice vodka is the way to do it. Just do it responsibly. Don't drink and drive. Enjoy yourself this weekend, guys.
All right, Prater. What needs to happen? Where are you? More confidence. Nate Potter, Max Cutforth. Where are we going with this?
I'm going, and I don't feel good about this, and you're not wrong about everything you just said, but the only thing that gives me a little bit of hope is San Diego State's offense is worse, guys. Their quarterback, I think, is worse. Their ability to score is worse. I think Boise State can't have the better offense here. This game might be won by defense or something fluky or something weird, but I have more faith in, it's because of perspective, and it's because of, I have more faith in Max Cutforth because I don't have a high ceiling for that guy. I just need him to be average. And I think this coaching staff is smart enough to put him in a situation where he just needs to be average. Give me, 13 of 24 for 195 yards, a touchdown, and I'll give you a freebie interception. That's realistic. I have seen enough from Nate Potter this year where I don't know if I'm getting good Nate Potter or inconsistent Nate Potter or bad Nate Potter, and that's what scares me right now. The fear of the unknown. I have more faith in Max Cutforth.
I agree, and I think it's one of those things where, like, everybody talks about collegially and professionally how the backup quarterback sometimes is the most popular guy in town, and it's because of stuff like this, where what we saw from Boise State's offense before the bye week, particularly against Fresno State, was leaving a lot to be desired, and it made you wonder if the inconsistencies that we've seen up and down throughout the course of the season, how much of that can be attributed to Nate Potter. And so it's just because we've seen him call games all season long and we've seen the offense be so inconsistent, whereas it's almost like, well, you haven't seen anything at Cutforth, but you haven't seen him been bad. So you just kind of assume maybe he will be okay. Maybe it's going to work out. I think that's kind of where I'm at with this game tomorrow night. I don't know what Potter is going to be able to dial up. Obviously, shorthanded on the offensive line and outside on the receiving core. So I think Cutforth can give you a workmanlike 180 yards, let's call it, and maybe throw for one touchdown pass. First to 17 wins here, I think.
I agree with that. I think the first to 17 will win. This is kind of odd. First off, like the total, the over-under is 41.5 now. So, I mean, everybody is expecting a very low-scoring game here. But the line has changed, and kind of a big bump. Yesterday at this time, most places had it at -3. Today, most places have it at -1.5. So San Diego State not the favorite it was 24 hours ago, and that's after knowing that Chris Marshall is out. San Diego State has that information too. This team so inconsistent.
But I think that line's more to do with, has nothing to do with Chris Marshall. He's not that good,
nothing.
despite what
he
you say.
Affect the line.
This is all about the rain.
Yes.
It's all about the rain.
In a game in which you're not going to have as many points, taking the points is always the play.
Yeah.
So, and 3 is such an important number. So, I think that's driving that line move.
59 degrees and rainy, they're saying, for that temperature tomorrow at Snapdragon Stadium. 208-424-9300. Thoughts? Nate Potter, Max Cutforth. You're going to watch this tomorrow night, Bronco Nation. This team, fragile, needs this win. You think if another Mountain West three-peat championship is still in play?
Don't forget, San Diego State Stadium is grass.
Yeah.
Grass.
So it's wet. It's going to be worse.
What was it? Notre Dame is turf and South Florida was grass. Is that right now?
Yeah, it makes sense. Because they practiced in the grass before the first game.
Yeah, so this is only their second game all season long on grass. I don't think it'll be a problem. They were on grass all this week. The slip sliding, all that kind of stuff. Let's make sure that you take 17 pairs of shoes as opposed to just 2 pairs of shoes. That will definitely be effective. That's just one more reason why. Well, you know what? In the rain, you can still pass the ball. You can still run the ball. You can still do some things. So I'm not sure if they're going to prepare for more of a running game, which is what they should do to begin with, and give it the ball to Dylan Riley. When Dylan Riley has more than 7 carries, Boise State's undefeated.
Sometimes you will see, coaches, you just can't be cute anymore when you get to a certain point, and you just have to do whatever you have to do to win, however it looks. And it feels like that's what Spencer Danielson was saying to those coaches this week. Like, I don't care. Maybe we do need to give the ball to Dylan Riley every single time. Maybe we can only throw the ball 18 times tops, guys. Maybe there are some of those things, because if you're looking at being able to win this game, the best recipe for that it's too easy. And San Diego State knows this, but just to run the ball, protect the ball, and let your defense be the star of this game. And I think that's in play. But then again, the inconsistencies come. I don't know when we're going to get a personal foul penalty that's going to be a big personal foul penalty, and it's going to result in a touchdown. I don't know when the next guy is going to get injured. I don't know on the easiest, most obvious running first down there is. Nate Potter goes play action, and it doesn't work, and then you're in 2nd and 10. This offense isn't capable of getting out of 2nd and 10. This offense, I don't trust to get 10 yards on only 2 plays. I'm telling you, tomorrow, every single first down except maybe 2, run the ball. And on most second downs, except a few, run the ball. That way, when you do play action, you're going to get a lesser secondary, or you're going to get a defense that they have to take the bait, because you've been running the whole damn game. They don't have a choice on this, which will open up a lot of stuff. But then again, even if that is their game plan, San Diego State's, they're getting paid too now. They're going to play their ass off and try to stop Boise State. And this could be, one of those very low scoring games, maybe the lowest scoring game of this series, Prater.
Well, go ahead, Prater. One of the things I wanted to jump in with too.
Yeah.
And maybe if you're a BSU fan, this is a little concerning. I think San Diego State just has a higher level of comfort playing these kinds of games. You look at their scores this year. Gosh, they went on the road. I know it's a MAC team. They beat Northern Illinois 6-3. And, you look at some of their league wins at home against Wyoming, 24-7. They shut out Fresno State 23-0. They held Nevada to just 10 points. I think there's a level of comfort here with San Diego State, whereas Boise State, we're talking about the inconsistencies with the offense. They played a shootout at Air Force, and they played a shootout against UNLV. So when it comes to mucking it up and uglying the game up, it seems like that's more up the alley of the Aztecs. I think it could be a little bit of an adjustment for Boise State to just playing a lower scoring game. We haven't really seen them in a lot of these games. Nevada, I guess, was the closest one to it.
Yeah, was that the closest game? Boise State hasn't played in close games. We've talked about that.
Well, I'm just talking like lower scoring games.
Oh, even lower scoring games.
Right.
Greg, you said the word comfort, and I don't think this team has comfort or is comfortable doing anything. Prater, to me, this team is very fragile, and they don't redeem themselves often after crucial mistakes. So it seems so far. We'll see if it's changed tomorrow.
I disagree a little bit. I think Boise State can rebound from these games, and it is fragile. But are we putting too much stock into a Fresno State game where a wide receiver dropped a 70-yard touchdown pass, and then a couple of minutes later, the quarterback got hurt, and the winds went out of Boise State? Was Fresno State a fluke? Before that, guys, Boise State was rolling, killing people, averaging more than 40 points a game. They scored 56 points against UNLV. They crushed a good New Mexico team. They took care of business on the road in Reno, where it gets emotional. So are we basing all of our fragile conversation? That's why I think Boise State's going to win this game. That's why I think Max Cutforth is going to be decent. That's why I think the defense can win this game and shut down a very, 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 very poor San Diego State offense. Nobody here is saying when you say fragile or bad or inconsistent, those all apply. Every single one of those words apply to this Boise State football team, which has multiple personalities. But I think we might be putting too much stock into that Fresno State loss, which had some intangibles. It got away from them. There's no excuses. It was ugly, and it shouldn't have never gotten that ugly. I think Boise State rebounds in this game and plays a good game.
What do you guys? Does Boise, just simple, yes or no? Does Boise State win? Does Boise State lose? Let us know why you think that will be the result, because we got a Friday 5 to get to next on KTIK The Ticket.
From the Beacon Plumbing Traffic Studio, this is Ticket Traffic.